We spend decades planning for retirement financially, but what about planning for joy? Well, this is the blueprint for a joyful retirement, and it's all about building a life, not just, a nest egg.
Let's start with a big question, one that kind of reframes this whole thing. What if retirement isn't an ending at all, but your greatest project, the one you've been waiting to build your whole life?
That's the core idea we're going to dive into. We're going to use the incredible work of Arthur Brooks to lay out a really practical blueprint for a post-career life that is absolutely filled with genuine joy and purpose.
And every great project has to start with a solid foundation, right? So part one is all about finding your place. This is about the huge importance of where you choose to build this next chapter of your life.
Brooks introduces this amazing concept called topophilia. It's not just, liking where you live. It's that deep emotional connection that makes a place feel like it's truly yours. It's that feeling of being exactly where you belong.
So how do you actually create that feeling, especially if you move somewhere new? Brooks, who's moved 11 times himself, gives us 3 super practical steps. First, get out there and actively explore. Don't just stay inside. Second, keep your hobbies going. Bring the things you love with you. And third, and this one is so important, be proactive about socializing.
And listen, Brooks really walks the walk on this. His personal rule: when we move, we make a point to have at least 2 dinner parties in our house a month for the first year. It helps enormously. He's basically building his community on purpose, one dinner party at a time.
Okay, so the foundation is poured. Now let's talk about the structure of your new life. Part 2 is all about pursuing purposeful work, and this is what provides the framework for a meaningful day-to-day existence.
Now, check this out. This visual just says it all. We spend so much time chasing wealth, thinking that's the key to happiness. But the research is just stunning. Wealth only accounts for about 1% of the differences in our happiness. 1%. The other 99%? That comes from things like our relationships and having a real sense of purpose.
So to find that purpose, Brooks gives us this incredibly powerful distinction. Are we focused on our resume virtues, what we achieve, or are we focused on our eulogy virtues, who we are? That shift from a life of achievement to a life of meaning, it starts right there.
And this idea connects directly to the kinds of goals we set. Extrinsic goals, things like money, power, prestige, they all rely on someone else telling you you're good enough. But intrinsic goals, they come from within. They're about love, personal growth, and service. And that's where true, lasting satisfaction really comes from.
So how do you actually do this? Well, it all starts with defining your why, not just your what. From there, it's about harnessing the power of progress. Setting small, achievable goals gives you this huge boost in happiness. But, and this is a big but, you have to protect that happiness by intentionally scheduling your non-work time so your life stays in balance.
Now we're moving on to part 3, building sustainable happiness. So if your home is the foundation and your purposeful work is the structure, think of this as the interior design. It's the daily habits and the mindset that make life truly beautiful.
So Brooks lays out this powerful daily routine for well-being. It's about investing in your connections, both with others, through relationships, and with yourself, through activity and mindfulness. It's also about setting some really important boundaries, like letting go of that constant need for external validation, managing your screen time, and for sure prioritizing a full night's sleep. That point about managing our digital lives is so critical. It's funny, the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said it best thousands of years ago: "No man is free who is not master of himself." It's this timeless reminder that we need to control our tools and not let our tools control us.
And to help with that, Brooks suggests this really powerful detachment exercise. Basically, you take a moment to identify the things you want. More admiration, more money, more recognition, and you just ask yourself honestly, do these things actually serve my inner peace? If the answer is no, you practice letting them go.
And that brings us to our final section, the Balanced Life Blueprint. This is where we take all these pieces and we put them together into one single cohesive philosophy for a happy, fulfilling life.
Brooks calls this a portfolio of happiness. And the idea isn't to just pick one single philosophy and stick to it, no matter what. Instead, it's about creating a balanced portfolio by blending 2 really powerful, timeless approaches to the good life. So, these 2 ancient paths, Stoicism and Epicureanism, they seem like they're complete opposites, but they actually complete each other. The Stoic approach says that happiness is earned through effort and discipline. The Epicurean approach says that happiness is found through purpose and acceptance. The secret is, you need both. You need the drive to strive and you need the wisdom to accept.
And there you have it, the foundation of home, the structure of purpose, the interior design of daily habits, and the balanced philosophy to hold it all together. You have the blueprint.
So the only question left is the one that really truly matters. Now that you have the tools and the plan, what will you build?